Hey, good morning and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. I hope that this video shows you just how gorgeous a morning it is here this lovely Monday morning in Surfside, California. And we've got a lot of great fishing ahead. I know it's the holiday season, so let me wish you all happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. Hope you're enjoying the pre-celebration with family and friends. It's that time of the year when we think about others, when we think about reaching out to help others, and I know with the Friedman Adventure family, you're doing a lot of that. It is a gorgeous day, and we still have bluefin tuna to talk about, as well as so much more. Before we get started, hit that like button, that thumbs up button, and don't forget to ding that bell after you subscribe so you'll be notified when there's new content. Hey, you know what time it is, everybody. Good morning to you. It is time on this glorious, beautiful morning for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God, is that good? I'm shooting video. Hey, it is truly great to be back with you all. It is beautiful down here, man. I mean, I don't know whether to continue with the morning briefing or run up and get my surf rod and make a cast, because that just looks like it's so fishy to me. It looks like there might be a big old yellowfin croaker just waiting on the other side of one of those waves when I throw a little chrome jig, a Castmaster, or a chrome crocodile. It looks fantastic. Great to be back with you all again. Thanks so much for joining us. Yesterday was a great day for Friedman Adventures. We had Danny Cadot on. You can go back and listen to that. He's fresh in from a bluefin tuna trip on board the Pride out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. We also had Captain Trevor Downing from the Freedom on. And I'm going to play his interview for you all because Trevor covers exactly what's going on the bluefin tuna ground. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up in just a moment. Also want to let you know that on, that on December the 16th, that's a Friday, we're going to have two trips on board the Monte Carlo. The morning trip, leaves at 6:30, back in around noon, and then the afternoon trip leaves at 12:30, back in around 5:30, and we'd like you to join us. Bring your kids, bring your families. It's going to be a festive, fun time to head into Christmas, December 16th, with Friedman Adventures on board the Monte Carlo out of 22nd Street Landing. If you'd like info on that, you need to send me a text. So do that, 657-227-6459, and we'll get you signed up for that. That should be really, really great. I want to thank everybody who came to coffee with Friedman Adventures yesterday morning down at 22nd Street Landing. We had some fun down there, and more clothing for our Mexico efforts came in. So we've got a lot more stuff to send to Mexico, and we are going to be kicking that into gear. We've already kicked it into gear, but we're going to continue on into January, the rest of this month, and into January. That is deeply appreciated. Good to see you all yesterday. All right, let's jump into it. Let's start south of the border down there in Ensenada and look to the south where the guys out of Bluefin Sport Fishing continue to take their pongas down south and hammer that Soledad area. That's an area down near Santo Tomas that's been abundant with rockfish, sheepshead, whitefish, reds, all kinds of other bottom grabbers that provide such excellent table fare. And that bite is continuing along really, really well down there for the guys out of Bluefin. Arnie Sport Fishing, also another great operation down there out of Ensenada. And our friend Diego Nuno, of course, his operation Costa Baja. Those are three that you can bank on. We're going to get down there. In fact, I was talking to my son Philip yesterday, and he's like, Dad, I really want to go down there and fish with the guys from Bluefin. So we're going to get down there here pretty soon. And this weather that we are experiencing right now, I mean, all you got to do is look out there. It's gorgeous, not only for fishermen, but for surfers and everybody else. If you're into water sports, this is a great time to be in Southern California or Northern Baja. And weather-wise, in terms of what is going on offshore, let me just drop that on you since I'm talking weather right now. It's up a little bit, not terrible, but it's breezy out on Tanner Bank here this morning. It's going to continue that way, and then Tuesday it is going to be absolutely gorgeous. You might get a little wind around Thursday-ish, and then if the long-range forecast is correct, Sunday could be too breezy out there, but that's a long ways off. We'll deal with that when we get to it. So down there in Ensenada, some really nice fishing going on. You can take advantage of that. Since we're talking about bluefin tuna, let's mention to you that the Pacific Voyager out of C4 Sport Fishing in San Diego just got in with a magnificent trip, slammed them with limits of bluefin tuna out there. That is remarkable that it's December and we're still catching bluefin tuna. I know a lot of you have caught a December bluefin tuna, January bluefin tuna, but you're in the minority if you look at anglers over the past century or so. To catch bluefin in SoCal in the wintertime months is really rare when you look at the statistics. Danny Cadota, he said he caught his first December bluefin tuna in his life, in his career. He's been doing this for over 6 decades. He caught his first one on the Pride just a couple of days ago. So that's remarkable. And if you get out and get a chance to do it, it's really crazy. Most of it's 18 to 25 pound bluefin tuna out there right now. It loves to bite the live squid or the fresh dead squid. If you're happy, or if you happen to have that, you're going to be very blessed and very, very lucky, because they are really nibbling on that. When they bite the squid, they seem to want to bite the heavier line. You still want to stick with the fluorocarbon, but you can bump it up to 25, 40, even 60 pound. We've seen them bite, and above that, www.opsonusa.com. That is who we like for our fluorocarbon. Don't forget to put in FA at checkout. You get a love note from Greg Brown as well as a free gift. So that's what's going on when you're fishing the squid. Now, when you're fishing sardines, most San Diego boats are doing that, and they're getting limits. So, I mean, it's good fishing. Sometimes you got to drop down to 25 pound, even 20 pound fluoro, and sometimes you drop your hook size down to a number 4. Those fish are a little more finicky on the Dean, and so you're going to have to get tough and combat that by dropping the line down a little bit. It's really good fishing. It's been lovely weather out there. I mentioned it's up today a little bit, but it's coming right down again. It's going to be beautiful. 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro is still running trips. The Freedom, I believe, is going Tuesday night, so you can join them, and they've been red hot. San Diego, I believe that they are sending a boat out of Seaforth Tuesday night, but they still need more reservations. So I know it's late in the game, but boy, I mean, you want to get a December bluefin. You still want to get in on some of this great 2022 fishing. I know we're taking it to the bank that the bluefin are here forever and they're never going anywhere anymore. But you know how things change in this business. It's Mother Nature, everybody. So take advantage of it while it's here, because you never know when that cycle might switch and they're gone, and you're kicking yourself that you didn't get one more trip in. So keep that in mind. All right, Trevor Downing, he runs the Freedom. He does a great job. He's here right now to, of course, let you know what it is that you need to do to catch a bluefin tuna this winter on Tanner Bank. Here's Trevor. Trevor, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, man?
Doing good.
Back in on the Freedom, another glorious trip. So let me just ask you some questions, rapid fire, then we'll get into a little more detail. I know you still have to go to the fuel dock. You're running tonight. Let's start right there. You're going tonight, right?
Actually, we're not, no.
Oh,
yeah.
What happened?
Between, it is the holiday season, so there's crew that are visiting family and stuff like that, and the weather's going to be up a little bit, so I want the best weather experience for everybody possible. So we're going to, lay in this trip, take care of a couple things that need to be taken care of, and then we'll be back out Tuesday night for sure for another day and a half. And the weather's beautiful for Wednesday, so. That
sounds awesome. That's a great choice. All right, how many fish did you have on your most recent trip? It was a day and a half.
Yeah, we got in this morning. We caught 50 bluefin. Yep.
What the heck? It's December, man.
I know, it's awesome.
It's just incredible. Grade of fish?
20 cookie cutter size, 20 pounders, and then a couple of standout 30, 35 pounders in there.
Are there any opportunities to fish rockfish while you're out there?
Of course, yeah. So it's pretty much like a half a day kind of thing. We fish from gray light until noon, and then it just slows down. People start getting kind of lackadaisical and elbows on the rail kind of thing. People start getting restless, and I can see it in their faces. Okay, let's go pull on something,
Yeah.
So we go out there and we do some rock fishing, quality reds. A couple of lingcod we caught, and then, we just loaded up on the rockfish and then went back in to where we caught our fish in the morning for for an evening bite. I worked on the Pride a couple trips ago, and we had a good evening bite. Right before the sun went down. So I was going to try to copy that, and it didn't really work out for us. We caught some bonita, actually, which I wasn't expecting, but some really nice bonita. But that's not
big
what
ones,
people
right?
look for. Yeah, very nice ones. But we ended up catching one bluefin at night on the anchor. It was just a surprise bluefin. But other than that, yeah, all in all, stellar trip.
Any opportunities for nighttime fishing, like fishing knife jigs, that kind of thing?
No, it's really petered off. The water's getting colder all the time.
Yeah.
As it should be.
60,
in wintertime.
like that?
Yeah, 60, 59, 60 in some area, yeah. So it's just been, we looked around last night, but for nothing, literally never saw a single fish. So I think that's pretty much done with, but you never know. Stranger things have happened.
I know, because all of a sudden, the daytime fish are by. And then So you're fishing that bluefin on sardine and squid. Let's talk sardine tackle. They're a little more finicky when you're fishing the Dean, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've had the smaller sardine coming from the bait barge there with a few medium to large mixed in, but they're biting it just as well. The small ones, big ones, medium. But it's just since they're only the 20 pounders, 25, you can catch a 30-pound fish on 20-pound test, 25-pound test if you're, got a good, got the good experience.
Yeah.
But
fluorocarbon, are you a fluorocarbon guy?
Yeah, I highly recommend it since it's available.
Yeah.
Might as well use it. Light line, small hook, fluorocarbon. That's what I tell everybody in the speech. If you got it, use it. If you don't, then ask somebody who has it. Pretty much. And that's for the fly line deal. But the squid.
Define small hook, by the way. Number 4 hook?
Yeah, like a number 4, number 2. Size 2, size 4.
Yeah.
Not a 2-aught or a 4-aught.
Right.
People get confused. But size 2, size 4.
Yeah.
Circle hook. Recommended for the tuna for sure.
Okay, great. And then when you're fishing the squid?
Yeah, squid as well. Yeah, there's squid out there, and we've been getting it from various lifeboats and stuff like that. Squid. So you could fish, same kind of tackle, like 25, 30-pound test, half ounce or an ounce. The current kind of picked up on us, so we had to heavy up on our sliders, but sliding sinker, anywhere from a half ounce to an ounce and a half, 2 ounces, and like a 2.030 size hook.
So
that did well.
You got to be pretty excited. What a better way to celebrate Christmas, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I know. It's almost a carbon copy of last year. As things started to peter out, all of a sudden, bluefin started biting.
do you think that water temp could get so cool that fish will just get out of there, or is there enough feed there and squid there that they might hang in there?
Yeah, there's plenty of squid out there where we're catching them. A lot of it. I saw a lot of it last night on the anchor. It just came up, in our deck lights, not even with the squid lights. So it was all 360 around the boat. Very, very good sign of squid out there. Tonnage.
All right. Tuesday night, is that your next trip?
Tuesday night.
All right. Can't thank you enough for spending some time. I know you're tired. I know you got to go to the fuel dock.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
Thanks, Trevor.
You got it, Phil.
Take care. Morning here, and thank you, Trevor. I can't get over how lovely it is. It's actually warm right now down here at sunrise. Sun's coming up, illuminating that beautiful Southern California coast. Man, it's gorgeous out today, and I hope you get to take advantage of it. All right, there's your bluefin situation. Now, islands down there, San Martin Island, 140 miles south, great rockfish. It's biting really well. A few yellows down there. Up at Todos Santos off the Ensenada area, a few yellowtail, but very few. Some nice bonita in the Punta Banda area, as well as the islands there. And mostly rockfish going on there. And as I mentioned, the blackfin guys are going further south and doing good on the rockfish. Clemente, a few yellows, a little bit of bonita, good rockfish. Catalina, good bonita, some rockfish there going on. There's a chance for a yellowtail, and the yacht's still catching some nice big white sea bass there at Cat and Santa Barbara. Speaking of Santa Barbara, we're catching some sea bass and yellows, but mostly for the private guys who really know what they're doing. Lots of squid everywhere, and that, of course, is the magnet that sucks in all the predators that could result in a wintertime bite, but for sure, not for sure, because once again, it is Mother Nature, but bodes well, let's put it that way, for a great springtime bite, especially up there in the Channel Islands, for sea bass and halibut, yellowtail, and it might bleed down this way also. When I say that, I don't know if you can see it out there, it's a little cloudy, but Catalina's right behind me out there. Gorgeous morning here in SoCal. And then as we look up there at San Nicolas Island, take it to the bank. If you get to Nick, you're going to catch all kinds of big sheep's head, whitefish, all kinds of bottom grabbers. It's outstanding fishing right now. And if you can catch a good weather day, it will be fantastic. Channel Island area. Really wonderful bottom fishing going on. We see lots of rockfish, some lingcod. It's been great. And up there in Morro Bay, might as well just ride you up the coast. There's great rock fishing going on. Up and down the coast, I'm talking half day, 3/4 day. Mostly rockfish. There's occasional sand and calico bass kicked in there also. But most all this whole stretch, several hundred miles, we're dealing with rockfish right now. And the surf, I mean, that's tailor-made right now for some nice big spot fin croaker, some yellowfin croaker, and even picking a halibut or two out of this beautiful surf here in SoCal. And you can ride that down to San Diego, down below the border. Frank Savino's been catching good barred perch down there around Playa Saldamondo, which is short of Ensenada, just short. It's pretty good fishing right now in the surf. All right, don't forget to hit that like button. It's always great to spend some time with you here on the morning briefing. Subscribe and tick that bell, because if you tick the bell, we'll let you know when there's new content available. Don't forget, we've got that kids trip. You are invited. I'll give you all the details. Just text me 657-227-6459. And yes, Grace Martinez, my hat, it's missing again. I don't know where it went. I hope that the glare is not too much for all of you here this morning. Wishing you a wonderful, wonderful day, my friends. Hope you're all doing great. And more than anything, I hope to see you really, really soon. So all those wonderful people who were here helped us to get this all fixed up and organized. Man, I am so stoked. We've got so many great items that now we need to transport to Mexico. That's another whole big pain in the neck, but it's so worth it when you see people's faces and see the joy that all of you who've given us so much great stuff. And it's all great stuff. I mean, if we find anything that is not up to par, we toss it. And there's very little of that went on. So thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much. Couldn't have done it without Greg Bates. He's been here every step of the way. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
And Joe Gallagher, Joey Gallagher, Megan, everybody here at Gallagher Staging. Man, I'll tell you, these are people who are making the world a better, better, better place. And my friendship with Joe and Joey and all of the Gallaghers goes back so many years. They've always been there for me, and they continue to do it time in and time out. Can't thank them enough.